Hi and welcome to another DIY projects for kids. This is Megan, my daughter, who's 10. Now we are going to try and inspire you with projects which children like Megan or slightly older or slightly younger could get involved in. DIY projects. And that may sound a little bit scary, but the first thing we're going to think about is safety. So I'm only thinking about projects which won't endanger their lives, but will hopefully inspire them about all sorts of things, some design, technology, construction. We're trying to teach them all sorts of things and try and make the most of this particular time at home to do this kind of stuff. So what are we going to do today? Well, first of all, do like this video, and remember there are lots more like this on my YouTube channel, Martin Roberts Property Tidbits. But I thought about a project to make the most of the sunshine and to try and do something which maybe keeps you a little bit fit as well. So I thought, do you remember a thing called Swingball?
No.
That's not a good start, is it? Where you have like a ball on a bit of string and you whack it and it goes round and round.
Yeah.
You ever played that?
Yeah.
You remember it now?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Fine. It's called Swingball. So I thought we could make a swingball.
Okay.
So what we do, the first thing we want to do is with any project is think about how we're going to design a swingball. So what do you think the issues about designing a swingball are? Bear in mind, we're going to have a thing like that and a piece of string with a ball on it, okay? So what do you think the design issues we've got with this project are? Well, let me think about it. If you're whacking this thing with a tennis racket really hard, it's going to go around. What do you think is going to happen to this post?
It's going to move.
It's going to move. It's going to wiggle around, isn't it? So the first thing we're going to have to think about is stopping the post wiggling. And then the next thing is right at the top here, because we've got a piece of string which is attached to the top of the post. So let's draw that again. Let's imagine we just fix a bit of string on there and we have our ball on the end of it. What's going to happen when we just hit this round and round?
The string will come off.
String will come off, or it's just going to wrap and round and round and round and round and round and round. So we need to think about, one, securing the post, and two, having something at the top that might enable us to actually have the ball swinging round. And the third thing which I can think about is how on earth are we going to attach the ball to the piece of string? That, I think, is our biggest challenge. So let's take a look at what we've got. And again, the big thing about this is I'm trying to use things that you might have just lying around the house. You don't have to buy anything necessarily, although obviously if we're on slightly different times, you would be able to go down to the shops and buy whatever you wanted. But I think it's more fun to try and use stuff that we've actually got. Let's take a look at our ball. Table. We have got a tennis ball. We've got some string. Okay, now it needs to be fairly strong string, something which is like this, which is made of a different kind of material than you might be used to. Feel how strong that is.
Yeah.
Right.
Very stiff.
A very stiff string. Yeah. So it's a sort of polypropylene, it's called, or effectively plastic string. What about that?
It's a wheel.
It's a wheel. Okay. Caster. That's right. The thing which I liked about it is that it swizzles. And actually, if you look in there, it's got what's called ball bearings. And they're little balls, which as this rotates, it rotates really smoothly. We could use that as a kind of swizzle thing on the top of the swing ball. So we attach the string to this somehow, and then that goes round as we're hitting the ball. Now, the next thing we've got is we've got to somehow attach the ball to the piece of string. And we'll come to that in a bit. For this project, we're going to need not that many tools. We're just going to need some glue, a thing to mix it with, a bit of cardboard, a post. We're going to need some screws. We're going to need some drills and a drill. So you are actually going to get to do some drilling this time. Most importantly, before we start any project, we are thinking about safety. So we're looking at gloves, goggles, and we're looking at a face mask if we need it for dust. Now in this case, we're handling chemicals. That's what the glue is. So I don't want you to get glue all over your fingers. So I'm actually going to suggest we use these kind of little plastic gloves so you don't get glue all over your fingers. Starting with the post that we're going to use. Now that's the second time it's done that. I reckon this, which is just an old post from one of the fences I put up a little while ago, I thought that would make a really solid post, right, for a swing ball. But obviously if it's on the ground like that, it's going to fall over. So we somehow have to stop this from moving around. Now you can get, this is a special thing which you'd hammer it into the ground and then your post comes out the top of that. But I'm going to assume that most people haven't got one of those lying around in their garden, unlike me. So I thought, why don't we use this but give it a nice pointy end. What does that remind you of, that whole thing?
Pencil.
Like a huge great big pencil. So what I've done already is I've what's called chamfered. I've made the end all pointy, a bit like sharpening a pencil, but I couldn't find a pencil sharpener that was big enough. So I've already done that because that is something you'd have to get an adult to do. But I reckon if we were to whack that with its pointy thing into the ground, okay, and bang it down a bit more, do you think that's going to do the job?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. So what we're going to do first of all is we need to put this in on there, okay? It's really quite important, I think, that it's in the middle.
Yeah.
So how do you think we could find the middle? With a ruler, that's a good point. What do you think you might do to try and find the middle with a ruler and a pen? Well, why don't you draw a diagonal line from there using your ruler. That's it, and then precise as you can. There you go. Right, now that to me looks, does that look like the middle to you?
Yeah.
Put a big blob on it. Now what we've done there is we've created this little sort of like a lattice which we could use to help us positioning our thing, see? Because look, the holes line up to where the lines are. So what we need to do is we need to fix that in place. What we're going to do first of all is this is the first time you've actually done any drilling and stuff, isn't it? Right, so what we need is a little drill, because what we want to do when we're putting screws in, we're going to drill what's called a pilot hole. We could theoretically just screw straight into that, but I think it's going to be easier for you if we drill a little hole first. Now you've got sunglasses on, but they're not quite safety glasses, so can you swap your sunglasses for those? And what you might want to do is, having marked that like that, put another blob where these little oblongy bits are. So put a blob in the middle there, big blob there, there, yeah. And now hopefully we'll see where those blobs are. Yeah, so what we can do is just make them a little bit more obvious. So there's one there, there's one there, one there. So now we're going to drill a hole in the centre of those. Do you think you managed that?
Yeah.
You're going to squeeze the trigger,
Okay.
and you see which way around that's going.
Yeah.
You see it's going that way.
Yeah.
That's clockwise. That's the way you drill. If it's going the other way, that's the wrong way. Can you see the difference?
Yeah.
That's that way. That's not what a drill. The drill only works when it's going like a clockwise.
Okay.
So if you notice this trigger, just pull it, and notice if you pull it in slightly a little bit, it goes slower, and pull it in all the way, it just gets faster and faster, all right? So we're going to drill the hole in that. So I'm going to lower it down for you. Ideally, you want to be going sort of in the line with that. So can you think you can do that? Good drilling. And push down a little bit hard on the drill. Push down, keep drilling. That's it, that'll do. Pull it out. Keep the drill going when you pull it out. Squeeze it and pull it out. Pull it out the same way as you go. Okay, that's great. First hole, that's your first ever hole that you drilled. And that one there. And lift it out again. And third one. And last one. Right, now, so that's drilled our holes, and that makes it very easy now for the screws. You can use these nice big screws to go into those holes, and then you screw them in, okay? So we're now going to, you're going to hold the drill, and I'm going to hold this in place for you. And you're going to put that screw in there like that, and you're going to screw that screw up. Right, stop it a second. You don't want to hear that noise. You want to make sure it engages with the screw first, and then squeeze it gently. That's it, a bit more. That's it. Good job. So put that in there. Okay, again, get it engaged. Turn it around slightly, that's it. Mind your fingers out of the way. That's it. I'll just give you a hand pushing it up. Mind your fingers. Okay. So, we now have that attached to the top of there. So the next thing we've got to do, a lot of it you kind of have to make up as you go along. So let's go back over here to that hole we made, okay? Like a test hole. No. Yeah. Well, you can see, I don't want to hang it all the way at the moment, but there you go. Now, if we are playing swing ball, how far away do you think you're going to go with the ball? Imagine you were playing swing ball. So what we can do is we can just do a little, just tie it around there. So now we should test whether or not this works. So I'm going to hold this in place. You see if you can run round the swing ball like the ball would. And oh my word, look, it moves. See? So that works. So how far away do you think that needs to be?
Right there.
Yeah, that's probably about right. Okay, well, it's going to fall over now. So just mark where it was. Do you think it was there? We can always allow a little bit extra because we can always make it tighter at this end. So it's probably best to leave a little bit extra. Sometimes it's the simplest things. A pair of scissors. So, chop it about there.
Yep.
Right. So now, let's just put that to one side because I don't want it to fall on you. How do you think we're going to attach that to the ball?
Well, you could like put it round it.
You can put it round it.
You put it like, tight like that.
No, I thought about that. My issue was that if you do that, then it loses its bounciness
Yeah.
and it wouldn't hit very well.
Just like put it there
Yeah, and how are you going to attach it?
with glue.
Glue. If you were to just attach that little bit of string on there with a bit of glue, bearing in mind that this is going to take a lot of whacking, this is what's called a stress point. And the likelihood is that if it's glued on there, it's just going to pull out and it's going to drive us bonkers.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is try and increase what's called the surface area, the amount of area of the ball we can get the glue to stick to. So I thought about all sorts of different things. I thought about like a little clippy thing, a little hook that could go on there with a metal plate. But I thought, well, the other thing we've got to think about is safety because this is going to be coming around and it might hit into you. So I found this in my box. It's basically a bit of plastic, but it's got a nice big area there. So I thought if we cover that in glue and stuck that on there like that,
Yeah.
that would then, we can then put a big knot in there that will hold the ball. Now this could all obviously go completely wrong, but you know what, I'm trying to make this up and I think it'll work in my best estimations. The most important thing though is we use the right kind of glue. That's the next bit of the project. This is glue. Now what do you know about glue?
Very, very sticky.
It's very, very sticky. That's a good point. But there's lots of different types of glue. Now, you're probably used to PVA glue. That's the stuff you use for most of your craft projects and things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, PVA glue will only stick to certain things. It's great for sticking to things like
Paper.
paper.
Yeah.
But if we were to use PVA glue on this ball, it's just not strong enough.
Yeah.
So you have to use something which is a bit more strong, and different glues have different strengths, all right? So this is super strong. So I guess that's going to do the job. And it is what's called epoxy glue. It's two different types of chemicals, but when you mix them together, they start to go solid. So we are going to use this kind of glue. Now, because this is a chemical, what I really want to make sure is that anything to do with chemicals, you want to make sure that you're wearing some kind of protection on your hands. Now, the likelihood of you getting glue in your eyes from this is fairly small, but we'll still keep the glasses on because it's better to be safe than sorry. So the way this works, Megsy, you're going to mix it on this piece of cardboard. But the cool thing about this stuff is when you squeeze this, it brings out exactly the right amount you need. So if you squeeze that from the top, right? Oh, there you go, a bit more. Keep going. A bit more, more. Stop! Oh, gosh, that's probably fine. Great, superb. So what I need you to do now is I need you to get the pencil, I need you to just mix it up really well. So really well. You've got to mix these two chemicals together. And that is already starting a chemical reaction. So what we want to do is, where's our little white thing? There it is. So if we get the white thing, now I'm just going to put some gloves on as well because I can see this all getting very sticky indeed. So I'll hold this while you cover the bottom of that in loads and loads of glue. Make sure we've got loads because this acts almost like a solid. Brilliant. Right, now if we get our ball, and should I put it on for you?
Yeah.
Well, you can do it, it's okay. Okay, sit there. All right. And see how that's gone all the way into that stuff. A big whole globule of glue because this is going to be the weak point. So now that's got loads and loads and that's right. No, it's all right. Now ideally now what I need to do is push that down hard. So we need to put this somewhere and leave it. So let's just put this over here on there, and then we need to put something heavy on the top of it just temporarily. Rock. Is there a rock in the garden? Right, now that's squished in there. It's really important to try and compress the things tightly together. Now what we have to do is wait for the glue to go off. But that's it basically, because all we need to do is then attach the string to the top of our post. So the process will be, we'll unscrew this, we'll bang this post in, we'll stick this back on, attach the string to the top of here, we'll attach the other end of the string to our ball, and then hopefully we will have ourselves a swing ball. What do you think?
Yeah. Be good.
So what did we learn from that? Lots of stuff,
Yeah.
basically. The reality is, what we have learnt is we've learnt design, prototyping, drawing stuff to see how things are going to work, chemicals and glues, how to safely use drills, stress points on projects. Without realising it, you've actually learned a heck of a lot.
Yeah.
So the next time you come to build a swing ball, you know exactly how to do it.
Yeah.
You've enjoyed this video. Make sure you like it, make sure you subscribe to my Property Tidbits channel, and we'll be back with more DIY tips for kids very soon. In the meantime, we're going to let that dry and then we'll try out the swing ball.